You know that moment when you open the door and your cat looks at you from across the room? You probably move toward them right away. You call their name. You reach down to touch them. It feels loving. It feels right. But here's the quiet truth. Some of the things your cat loves most are the things you almost never do. Not because you don't care, not because you're doing it wrong, but because no one ever showed you how your cat actually experiences your home. In a small apartment, in a busy life, in a world built for humans, not for feline instincts, your cat isn't asking for more toys, or louder affection, or constant attention. They're waiting for something much smaller, something softer, tiny shifts in how you enter a room, how you look at them, how you give them space. And those small shifts can quietly change everything: how much they trust you, how often they come closer, how deeply they relax in your presence. Some of what you're about to hear might feel counterintuitive. A few might even make you pause and think, why didn't I notice that before? Stay with me, because the last one, the one almost everyone misunderstands, might completely change the way you see that moment when your cat rolls onto their back in your living room. And it has nothing to do with belly rubs. If you live in a city apartment, you already know this feeling. You leave in the morning, you come back tired, your phone is still buzzing, your schedule rarely slows down, and in the middle of all that, your cat is simply there, watching, waiting, adjusting to your rhythm. I didn't understand this at first. I used to think love meant intensity, more petting, more talking, more engagement. But your cat doesn't measure love by how much you give. They measure it by how safe they feel. Safety is quiet. It's predictable. It's pressure-free. In your home, love isn't louder. It's steadier. Here's the part most people miss. Consistency feels louder to your cat than affection. The way you move through your space, the way you approach their body, the way you allow them to choose. Those things speak more clearly than any excited greeting ever could. Your cat isn't looking for a performance. They're looking for agency, for the ability to decide when to come closer, when to step back, when to connect. And when you begin to see your home through that lens, not as a place where you manage your cat, but as a shared territory where your cat has choice, everything softens. The distance that once felt confusing starts to feel intentional. The quiet moments start to feel meaningful. This isn't about correcting you. It's about translating something that was always there. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's slow this down. There are 10 things your cat quietly loves. Most of them don't look dramatic. They look almost ordinary. But underneath them is something powerful. Agency is the hidden love language of cats. And once you see that, every behavior starts to make sense. First, the greeting ritual. When you walk into your home, your instinct is connection. Your cat's instinct is orientation. After hours alone, their nervous system is recalibrating. If you move too fast, talk too loudly, or scoop them up, their body reads stimulation before it reads affection. What they love instead is choice. You enter, you put your bag down, you move calmly. If your cat walks towards you, that moment belongs to them. Second, the slow blink. A fixed stare in the animal world can signal threat. A soft, slow blink signals safety. When your cat closes their eyes halfway while looking at you, they're lowering their guard. If you return that blink, you're telling their nervous system, you're safe here. Third, the rib zone touch. Most people pet the head and back, but along the side of the ribcage, just behind the front legs, is an area associated with social grooming in feline groups. It's a place they can't easily reach themselves. When you gently touch that area while your cat is already relaxed, oxytocin and calming responses can increase. Timing matters. Loose body, soft eyes, leaning into you. Fourth, scent exchange. When your cat rubs their face against you, they're marking you as safe territory. If you softly stroke their cheeks and forehead afterward, you're participating in a scent blend. In your apartment, that scent map becomes your shared boundary. Your home starts to feel cohesive, not fragmented. Fifth, vertical space. In a city apartment, most surfaces are horizontal, but your cat evolved to observe from above. Height means surveillance without confrontation, control without conflict. A simple floating shelf, a cleared bookshelf corner, a window perch, Those small changes can reduce anxiety more effectively than adding another toy on the floor. Sixth, completing the hunt. Laser pointers create pursuit without capture. In the wild, that would be biologically incomplete. Your cat needs the sequence: stalk, chase, catch, kick, finish. A wand toy they can grab, a soft mouse they can bite, and ideally, a small treat afterward. The completion matters more than the cardio. Seventh, distance is not rejection. If your cat chooses to lie 6 feet away instead of on your lap, they're still choosing your presence. Proximity without pressure. In feline relationships, closeness grows when autonomy is protected. Eighth, the window watch. Looking outside isn't boredom. It's cognitive enrichment. Movement, shadows, birds, wind patterns. All of it stimulates the predatory brain in a safe context. Interrupting that moment can actually spike frustration. Ninth, scratching precision. If your sofa keeps winning over the new scratching post, it's not defiance, it's biomechanics. Angle, resistance, stability, material. Observe where and how your cat scratches, then mirror that preference intentionally. 10th, the exposed belly. When your cat rolls onto their back, they're revealing their most vulnerable area. That's trust, not an invitation. If you reach immediately for the belly, their reflex may switch to defense. But if you respond with a soft gaze, a slow blink, or a gentle chin stroke, you protect that trust. And here's the deeper insight tying all 10 together. Your cat doesn't love intensity. They love control over proximity. When they can choose the closeness deepens. Now let's make this real inside your home. Not as a perfect routine, just a few small choices you can repeat even on busy days that your cat will actually notice. Here are 10 simple shifts, matched to what your cat will likely do in response. The 10-second entry when you walk in. Don't aim for contact first. Aim for calm. Set your keys down. Take one breath. Move like you're already home. What you'll notice: your cat comes closer sooner, because they didn't have to brace for you. The slow blink reply the next time your cat looks at you and softens their eyes. Return it. Close your eyes slowly for about 2 seconds. Open gently. What you'll notice: more quiet check-ins during the day, your cat looking at you, then relaxing again. Pet where your cat can't reach. When your cat is already settled, try a light stroke along the side behind the front legs, 1 or 2 passes, then pause. Let your cat decide if it continues. What you'll notice: leaning, purring that starts softer, and a longer stay near you. Complete the scent ritual after your cat rubs on you. Gently stroke their cheeks and forehead once. Think, I understand. We're together. What you'll notice: more rubbing later, more head bumps, more relaxed walking around your space. Create one vertical yes. You don't need to redesign your apartment. Just create one elevated place that is clearly theirs. A cleared shelf corner, a stable cat tree, a window perch. What you'll notice: less restless pacing, fewer random zoomies, and more calm lounging, especially when guests come over. Play that ends with a win if you use a laser. Pair it with something catchable at the end. Better, switch to a wand toy your cat can grab. Finish with a tiny treat. What you'll notice: less frustration biting afterward, more satisfied grooming, and a calmer transition into rest. Replace holding with inviting. Instead of picking your cat up, try this. Sit on the floor or couch. Pat the space beside you once, then stop. What you'll notice: your cat begins to approach on their own timeline, and it's more genuine. Protect the window trance if your cat is watching outside. Don't call them. Don't touch them. Just let the moment exist. What you'll notice: a calmer cat overall, like they're getting mental fresh air without leaving your home. Copy the scratch style your cat chose. If your cat scratches the sofa arm, it's usually about height, stability, texture. Place a scratching option that matches those traits near the exact spot, not across the room. What you'll notice: your cat uses it faster because you respected their logic. The belly rule: when your cat shows their belly, treat it like a trust deposit. Don't withdraw it immediately. Slow blink, soft voice, chin or cheek strokes only. If your cat invites belly contact, relaxed body, No tension, no tail flick, keep it brief. What you'll notice: more belly exposure over time, and a cat that relaxes deeper around you. One more thing to keep this guilt-free: pick just 2 of these to start this week. That's enough. Because what builds trust isn't doing everything. It's repeating the same gentle signal until your cat believes it. Let's go back to that doorway for a second. You unlock it. You step inside. Your cat is somewhere in the room. Nothing dramatic happens. And yet, everything is happening, because love in your home isn't built in big gestures. It's built in the pauses, in the slowed down movements, in the moments where you choose not to rush. Your cat doesn't need you to be more expressive. They need you to be more predictable. They don't need more affection. They need affection that respects their timing. And maybe the most misunderstood moment of all is when your cat rolls onto their back. That soft belly, that exposed center, it looks like an invitation, but it's something deeper. It's your cat saying, feel safe enough to be vulnerable here. When you don't immediately reach for it, when you respond with softness instead of impulse, you're telling your cat, I see your trust, I won't misuse it. That's when the bond changes. Not loudly, not instantly, but steadily. If you've ever wondered why your cat sometimes feels close, and sometimes just out of reach, it may not be about how much you love them. It may be about how much space you allow inside that love. So this week, try just one shift. Walk in slower, blink back, pause before touching, watch what changes, and then tell me, what did your cat do differently? Your home is already their world. The smallest adjustments can make it feel like a safer one.